Toon to shoot. Tierney was there to block it. Adier takes it down. Thomas will try and keep it in, but even the pace of Martha Thomas in the channels won't be able to get to that one. Manchester United, of course, knowing that victory today will take them above Spurs into third. United, of course, knowing that victory today will take them above Spurs into third in the table. For now, at least, of course. Tottenham in action tomorrow. And a 2 p.m. kickoff away at Reading. After Arsenal have met Birmingham in the Sunday midday kickoff. Gunners with the chance to go 8 points clear of second place Chelsea, albeit having played 3 games more. McManus, once of Manchester United, of course. He worked by Leicester through that midfield. Flint dropping deep to link the play, comes off the head of O'Brien. Drops for Forrest Dottier to recycle. Leicester City, of course, in great form recently. Everton winning 1-0 at Aston Villa in midweek did mean they dropped back to second bottom, but do have relative comfort in terms of being 8 points clear of Birmingham City, and of course only one side goes down in the WSL. Been in excellent form recently, 4 wins from their last 6. Actually the form team in the division since mid-December onwards, after struggling to adjust initially to the demands of the top flight. Lost their first 9 games leading to that change in coaching, with Lydia Bedford taking over from Jonathan Morgan. Field's pass isn't the best, cut out by Badgett. Now Zelem has her pocket picked. Field recycles for Tierney. Leicester City sticking to this back three that Lydia Bedford has had them playing all season. Born in goal with that back three from right to left of Sophie Howard, Abby McManus and Sam Tierney. And the right wing back role, Esme de Graaf. Gemma Perfield in the left wing back role, with Molly Pike and Sophie Barker in central midfield. Shannon O'Brien down the right, Freya Gregory down the left, Natasha Flint up front. And of course, something of a positionally flexible system as Thomas tries to get onto that one. Given straight back to Toon. Toon tries to slide one through, blocked by Tierney. Here's Russo. Galton. And the offside flag is up against Leah Galton. Interesting note on the tactical battle there, because Manchester United had a lot of offsides when these two teams met in the Conti Cup earlier this season, when it finished 2-2. Leicester City managed to play high-pressing, counter-attacking game, and they often caught United offside down the channels. Going on to win that game on penalties. They've only beaten Manchester United once in the 90 minutes in their 6 encounters. It was a 3-2 FA Cup win in May 2021. So head-to-head, the Red Devils do largely dominate. Won in these two's first WSL meeting earlier on in the season by 3-1. Nicely worked up that left flank. Now Toon sends it forward. The pace of Blundell, who gets it back thanks to an unwise back heel. Here's Russo. Still Russo. Russo's going to shoot, and Lambourne almost spilt it. Blundell was there to potentially mop up the afters and put United in front, but Lambourne managed to clasp it to her chest. United have won it back again. Good pressing. Blundell on. We're playing advantage. Toon. Toon's cross has just too much on it for Thomas. Manchester United's home support getting into good voice. You can hear the Army led by Natalie Burrell. Getting out their songbook, having various chants targeted at individual players, but here come Leicester targeting something on the counter. O'Brien's cross straight To Badje. That's a great ball from Badje for Toon. They have such a good telepathic link up, those two. Badje, Manchester United's Player of the Year last season. Started at Barcelona in La Masia. Ended up joining United from Levante. Has been nicknamed the Spanish Queen by a lot of Manchester United fans. Certainly made herself a firm favourite here in Manchester. Great ball forward for Galton. And that's a good tackle back there from Howard. It really needed to be. Galton was offside, but Sophie Howard wasn't to know that. The Scottish defender did really well. Again, much like in that Conti Cup match earlier this season, it does seem like Leicester are playing an offside trap of sorts against the pace of Galton, Toon and Rousseau, as well as Thomas, of course. Sophie Howard getting sent off at the weekend in the 7-0 loss against Chelsea. She was sent off in the 17th minute and it all went downhill from there, really. 2 goals from Pernilla Harder. Sam Kerr got a couple. Ji So-yoon, Nick Nowen and Bethany England were all also on target, but Lydia Bedford was keen to stress she felt like not only was Howard's red card not a red card, but really after that point, Foxes were very much up against it. Said they've only actually done a video review on the first 17 minutes before Sophie Howard got that red card. And in that early part of the game, Bedford was keen to point out that Chelsea had no shots on target and it was actually Leicester City creating the better chances. Indeed, if you're wondering why Howard isn't suspended after Leicester appealed, that red card's been rescinded. Here by Blundell. Thomas gets it down. Now Galton has to check back. Toon. He's got freedom to roam within this Manchester United system under Mark Skinner. That's a great ball from Toon for Badje. Badje field of crossing, now pulls it back, and Manchester United have the opener. A lovely, neat finish from Martha Thomas. A devastating counter-attack. And having not won in their previous 4 games before this one, they're in front after just a quarter of an hour. Lovely flicked finish by Thomas, using the pace that was already on the cross from Badje. And Thomas has her 3rd WSL goal for Manchester United. And 4th in all competitions. It was Manchester United who came into this one, of course, vastly superior in terms of the table. 13 points above Leicester City, looking for a win to go into 3rd. Leicester second bottom, but it was actually Leicester in much the better form. Manchester United desperate to bounce back after those 2 consecutive derby defeats against the light blue side of the city. Certainly made a good start here. Dalton caught offside again. Clever finish from Martha Thomas, who's made a real impact for Manchester United since joining. Thomas with her 4th goal in 16 appearances across all competitions, but a lot of those appearances have been off the bench as well. Going forward into the channel. It's well pursued by Flynn. Made Thoris Dottir work to see it out for a goal kick. Manchester United, of course, desperate to get back to winning ways after that recent blip. They had 7 straight wins and 7 straight clean sheets in all competitions from mid-December right the way through to the end of January. But they lost 3-1 to Chelsea in that Conti Cup semi-final. 1-1 league draw at Arsenal, where they were just 10 minutes And an outstanding Viviana Miedemar pass away from winning for a second time this season at Meadow Park. Winning that game 1-1. Destiny Blackstenius' equaliser, and then those two derby defeats, 1-0 against Manchester City in the league. And then at the weekend, 1-0 up at half-time, going on to lose 4-1 here. Devastating defeat against their close rivals to exit the FA Cup. Foul on Badje. Offside flag up against Leicester City this time. Keen to play quick. Toon finds Galton. Blundell. Galton. A real tempo and intent with all at their feet from Manchester United so far. Blundell. Zelem. Zelem has a go. And Lambourne was never really concerned. She's one of our own, sing the Manchester United fans about Katie Zelem. And well, they might. Played more minutes than any Manchester United outfield player so far in the WSL this season. From Oldham, of course, not too far away from here. Manchester United original, joined the club in the summer of 2018. Ball forward from Hrunen. There's too much on it for Galton. Interesting tactical matchup today. Leicester City's 3-4-3. With O'Brien and Gregory playing off Flint up front, taking on Manchester United's 4-2-3-1. United, if you are late joining us, with Mary Earps in goal, the back four from right to left of Honor Badje, Diane Caldwell, Maria Forrest-Dottir and Hannah Blundell, Jackie Hrunen and Katie Zelem. Central midfielders with Leah Galton down the left. Alessia Russo pushed out to the right wing today with Martha Thomas up front. She's played a fair bit of this season in the centre forward role too, with Ella Toon somewhat free to roam. Here is Hrunen. Hrunen slides it through for Galton, and Lambourne did well. Anticipated the danger, had to be quick and alert coming out. The City have just got to find a foothold in this game. United again keen to press. Toon leading it. Leicester have got to find their way out. They've done so really well there. Managed to turn the United defence around. First time ball in towards Gregory. It falls for Flint. Good interception by Badje. Really nice work from Leicester City there. 5 passes had the ball from the edge of their own box to the edge of Manchester United's, offering that counter-attacking threat. Taken down nicely by Thomas. Toon. Gets the 1-2. Uses out there. Flint wins the throw. The team who has a simply ridiculous record against Leicester City. He scored just the 10 goals in her 6 appearances against Leicester City before this one. It should be said that in one of the 2 games where she didn't score against the Foxes, she came on as a substitute in the 80th minute in that FA Cup victory for Leicester City last year. Scored 5 against them in a Conti Cup game in November 2019. And also a hat-trick against them in the Championship in their first ever meeting in February 2019. Season where Manchester United romped their way through the second division, dropping just 5 points all season, managing 97 goals. Of course, I refer to that because quite a lot of Manchester United fans have been reflecting on that journey in the build-up to this one. It is Manchester United's 100th game as a women's team since reformation in 2018. In that time, managed 63 wins, 12 draws, 24 losses. They're well placed to add another W to that column, to that statistic today. Leicester a bit too over-eager in the high press. Midway through the first half, and if you're a Manchester United fan, it's been the exact kind of reaction you'll have wanted from that disappointing pair of derby defeats. course, winless in their last 4 in all competitions. Next team out of both cup competitions, and you'd say the success of their season hinges on whether they can get in the top 3. Gregory can't bring it down. Gregory is caught offside. Maybe a bit confused, having seen Gregory touch the ball inside her own half, thinking it can't be offside if you're in your own half. She was coming back from an offside position in the Manchester United half. That's what referee Amy Thurn appeared to be explaining there. Little flicked ball on for Thomas. Lambourne has come and not got there, and Thomas has put it wide. Could have been 2 in 10 minutes for Martha Thomas. Did everything right. Just off balance on the spin, couldn't put it into an empty net. And if Leicester do find a way back into this one, it could look like a huge moment. Even now it does. Manchester United will hope they can add more goals and make it somewhat irrelevant in the final analysis. Jay looks for options. Onapache with the assist for that first goal. Very much a modern right back in terms of needing no second invite to get forward. Here's Freya Gregory. Gregory's cross, dealt with by Thomas. Centre forward playing right back there. Freya Gregory's made a real impact at Leicester City since joining on loan from Aston Villa. A live wire up front, only 19 years old. He's getting an opportunity to shine at Leicester. First corner of the game for the away side in the spring sunshine. Field puts it in, not cleared, recycled, blocked by Rousseau. Nice little touch on for Gregory. Still Gregory being pursued by Hrunen. Gregory cross field. De Graaf. Decent enough ball in. There was Forrest-Dottir. Rousseau can set the counter-attack going too, and this is where Manchester United can be really dangerous. Colton looks forward for Thomas, who gets the flick on. There's no one there to chase it. Only Pike can clean up. Leicester City just have to reset. Nice ball forward, but an equally good interception from Hrunen. Thomas. The ball about nicely, United. Chasing what would be a 4th straight home league win and a 4th straight home league clean sheet. They've never managed that in the WSL in their history. It'd be a nice way for them to mark their 100th game. Got defending to do. Gregory. Nice interception for Thomas. Thomas tries to clip one forward. Well, stopped by Tierney. Pike fighting for it. Flynn plays it straight to Toon. Terrible pass, and now Rousseau is free. Rousseau, still Rousseau, just over. A warning shot from Alessia Rousseau. Don't want to give her too many. Just ended up putting it over the bar. Sophie Howard tracking back. Status quo's rocking all over the world is hung out across Leigh Sports Village to celebrate the interplay between Toon and Alessia Rousseau. I'll give you a rendition myself, but it's become something of an earworm, even if you're not a Manchester United fan. Of course, the Arsenal men's team have their version with Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe. Manchester United fans, it's all about that link-up between Toon and Russo, who have that great understanding. Here is Toon. He's been everywhere in the early part of this game. Got the second assist for the goal as well, set Badje free. Badje running in field, allowed to keep running. Slides it through, great ball. Blundell, and an even better tackle. And Lambourne thinks she's stopped the corner, but it hasn't quite managed to. And that was the two fullbacks linking up there. Badje running diagonally cross-field and then sliding it in for Hannah Blundell. Neither of whom need a second invite to get forward. I've certainly got the licence to do so under this system Mark Skinner employs. Katie Zelem to take the corner. Of course, scored from corner directly against Manchester City. The right-footed in swinger that went in at the far post, having gone all the way through. So I'm trying to repeat that. Nobody's got a touch on it. Toon back in, and 2-0. Toon for Russo, and Manchester United have a second inside the half-hour mark. Toon involved once again, got the second assist for the first goal, and this time laid it on a plate for Russo, who just flicked it in past a helpless Lambourne. A sixth WSL goal this season for Alessia Russo, and Manchester United are 2-0 up. Well, this is an emphatic response to being winless in 4. Whose 2 defeats in League and the FA Cup against Manchester City. Manchester United have a second. And this is looking like a very difficult task for Leicester to work their way back into this game right now. Still haven't kept a clean sheet away from home this season, and as concerningly, they've only scored 3 goals all season on their travels. And 2 of those were in the 2-1 win at bottom club Birmingham City a month ago. And that support pass and has found Rousseau. It could be 3-0. There's Toon and Galton up alongside her. Might just go herself here, Rousseau. It's still Rousseau, and she's overran it. Something of a one-way traffic situation at Lee Sports Village right now. Badje cuts inside. Doesn't quite make it through to Zelem. Interception by Barker. Too much on that for Gregory, who can be dangerous on the counter-attack when getting the ball in positions like that. Gregory, who was superb in that win against Birmingham City. Definitely been an uptick in form for Leicester, no doubt, under Lydia Bedford. 4 wins in their last 6 in the league, wins home and away against Birmingham City, as well as 1-0 home victory in January against Brighton and a 3-0 home win against West Ham. Last time out in the league back on the 13th of February before that international break. Herfield. Intercepted by Zelem. It's like that classic Gemma Perfield ball. Footed, pinged from the touchline, cross-field. Used to be doing it to find Ebony Salmon when they were together at Bristol City. It was part of the side that was relegated from the division last season, Gemma Perfield. It was without doubt one of Bristol City's best players alongside Salmon, and also Sophie Bagley, who Joined Manchester United in the summer and has been the backup keeper to Mary Earps. Should have enough now to stay up, you would think, Leicester City. Birmingham City with just 7 games left to pull out a series of results to save themselves. They're going to need quite something. Here come United chasing a third. It's a lovely bit of work to find Russo. Russo fouled, says referee Amy Thurn. Free kick right by that corner flag. Manchester United looking to pile on the goals as they have done a few times before against Leicester City. Whenever these teams have met, they've always scored at least twice in each of the 6 meetings between them. When they did the double over them in a championship winning season, Manchester United won 7-0 away and then 6-1 at home. Can they find a third here? Teed up for Zelem. Zelem's ball in. Just trying to curl it towards goal at that far post. Didn't quite get the angle right there, Katie Zelem. Normally so excellent for Manchester United in dead ball situations. Manchester United with plenty going on off the field as well. For a considerable period of time there's been a lot of speculation around the appointment of Women's Director of Football to aid the recruitment side of things. They had a LinkedIn job advert out for that, and quite a few people were expecting it might well already be in place by now. Hasn't quite happened yet. United, of course, in real danger of what you might call another season of almost, but not quite, in terms of breaking the so-called big three of Arsenal, Manchester City and Chelsea. In the last 7 years, those 3 sides between them have won every major English domestic trophy going, and they've always finished in the top 3 in the WSL in one order or another. United finishing 1 point short of Arsenal last season. That's a good ball for Thomas, and Lambourne comes out and does just enough. Well, Leicester are playing something of a high line, and Manchester United have already got joy a few times from just getting the ball in behind. Magnificent set of flags behind that goal made to the right-hand side. Certainly create quite a colour and spectacle. Jet on for Russo. Russo tries to dig out a cross. Marshall back there by Tierney. Zelem will take the corner. Manchester United will hunt for more. Can they find a third in this spring sunshine? Floated up, all the way through. Comes back for Frunen, sets it up again for Toon. This time tried to float one and over the bar. Manchester United piling on the pressure here, hunting more goals. We were wondering if there'd be a reaction from that 4-1 loss against Manchester City last Sunday. There certainly has been. After those 4 second-half unanswered goals from Lauren Hemp, Ellen White, Caroline Weir and Khadija Bunny Shaw. City through to the FA Cup quarter-finals. Of course, speaking of Manchester City, they'll be in Conti Cup final action later against Chelsea. A sold-out Cherry Red Records Stadium in Wimbledon as Thomas is caught offside. Lisa Rashid, the assistant referee on this near side, was really had to be alert in this first half with the high line that Leicester are playing, and Magdalena Golba on the other side of the pitch will have to be particularly alert in the second half. Will be tested all the more so than off normal as Gregory tries a speculative shot. Did have options, but went alone. Maybe wasn't the percentage choice. Did have 4 light blue shirts up there in and around the box. With that assist for the second goal. The team now has 7 assists in the WSL this season to go with 5 goals. So between goals and assists combined, she's up to 12. Level with Sam Kerr and Fran Kirby in that regard. Only Viviana Miedemar is now above Toon in that metric. Miedemar with 9 goals and 5 assists after scoring and assisting for Arsenal in midweek win at Reading. Badge. Thread the needle. Didn't quite work, and now Leicester City can counter-attack. Balling behind using the pace of Gregory. Waiting for support. Perfield. Nice step inside. Perfield shoots. So a weaker right foot. Never really tested Earps in truth. Kind of save you'd expect Mary Earps to make. Earps has been such a big part of the Manchester United machine since joining in 2019. After joining from Wolfsburg, where of course he was a Bundesliga winner. And a roller coaster year last year, Mary Earps. At one point thought she might be putting her business degree to good use, and then a new contract and an England call-up. She'll very much be committed to all things football primarily. Bit of treatment for Leicester City just allows both teams to have something of a half-time tactics chat just before half-time. Particularly for Lydia Bedford, I'd imagine this will be welcome. Bedford, of course, winning the Manager of the Month for February. Leicester City had a very successful time of things in the WSL, picking up a couple of big wins, 2-1 at Birmingham City and then 3-0 at home against West Ham. Really nice to see as well. Bedford quick to credit all of her backroom staff behind the scenes. Mark Skinner, meanwhile, passing instructions on to his players. Skinner, of course, in his first season since taking over from Casey Stoney. On a 2-year contract with a 1-year option on top. He's talked about the fact that the next step for Manchester United is winning a trophy. We also see Martin Ho, the assistant manager, in there passing on instructions too. And Wilcock, the goalkeeping coach, and Lee Turner and Tommy Monday also part of the coaching staff. Skinner has said in the build-up to this one that he really wants to see aggression from Manchester United. He wants them to refine their confidence themselves through their actions, through their first press, first pass, their first moments in the game without needing outside sources to get that confidence. Try and get back to the kind of form that saw them in 7 straight games through December and January. They've certainly heeded that rallying cry in the first half, you'd say. Speaking of rallying cry, you can see those particularly vocal Manchester United fans. Top of the main stand on the far side from us. Underway now. Leicester City will hand the ball back to Manchester United. Leicester back to their full complement without needing to use the bench. Manchester United in total control right now. That Lydia Bedford won the February Manager of the Month award. It was really nice to see as well. She had a group photo with all of the staff at Leicester City who've been part of making that possible, rather than just a picture of herself. Also had her cockapoo Baxter cradled in her arms when doing that. Crossing chance. Stepped away by Forrest Dottier. Emma Hayes, the Chelsea boss, saying that Bedford's award was fully deserved. De Graaf. Twisting and turning against Toon. Tries to win the corner. And manages to get the free kick off Ella Toon. Should be said that all too often, with maybe the focus often going on the so-called bigger teams, managers elsewhere in the league don't get the appreciation they deserve. So it's actually deserved for Lydia Bedford to get that Manager of the Month award, but it's looking to kick on and secure Leicester City's survival. One back before half-time really would change the context of this game. Give Leicester City a bit of hope. Purfield's great at delivering from these areas. Purfield's looping ball in, and Earps has dropped it. And Earps gets the free kick. Quite a few bodies around her in defence and attack. Seems to be back to her feet and thankfully okay though, Mary Earps. Such a key part of this Manchester United side. One thing you did notice when games were played behind closed doors, it was Mary Earps' voice who you could hear all the time, probably more than any other Manchester United player. Such a big vocal leader in this team. All over the top for Gregory. Nicely defended by Badger. O'Brien on the turn. Drops for Flint. Back to O'Brien. Run back by Zelem. Galton. Stoppage time at the end of this first half. We have had a significant injury delay, so get a couple of minutes added on at the end of this first half. Forward towards Thomas. Well dealt with by Sam Tierney. For Thomas, who can be a real nuisance to say the least. I mean that in the most complimentary way possible. Here Williamson recently said on Wrighty's House, podcast with the men's legend Ian Wright, when asked about most underrated players on the WSL and wider women's football circuit, cited Martha Thomas, said that she was tough to play against and that it wasn't nice playing against her, which from a world-class centre-back to centre-forward is pretty much the biggest compliment you can get. It's Thomas's goal that set Manchester United on their way. Nice interplay by Runen and Blundell up the left. Galton, red shirts flying forward here. Blundell, saved by Lambourne. Hannah Blundell almost getting her first goal in Manchester United colours. Really nice interplay up that left flank from Jackie Runen, Leah Galton, and then Hannah Blundell as well. And the left back finding herself with a shooting chance. Having a go and forcing a good save from Lambourne. Already got 4 assists in the league this season, Hannah Blundell, which is an exceptional record for a fullback. Played short to Toon. Now Zelem, and flicked over. Almost a third for Manchester United on the stroke of half-time. Certainly look in the mood for more goals. And right now Leicester City don't have much of an answer to it, in truth. That's that for the first half. An emphatic response from Manchester United to going 4 games without a win. And those back-to-back derby defeats against their arch rivals on the other side of the city in light blue, in both the WSL and the FA Cup, of course. Mark Skinner called for aggression, and they've delivered that controlled aggression and got the goals that they deserve as well. Martha Thomas had them in front in the 17th minute after a lovely pullback from Onabaje with Ella Toon involved, and it was Toon who assisted the second, setting up Alessia Rousseau with a flicked header on the half-hour mark. Manchester United in control and know that a victory can take them up to 3rd in the table. At half-time here at Leigh Sports Village, it's Manchester United 2, Leicester City 0. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. This the first goal. Great pace on the cross from Onabaje. It meant that Martha Thomas just had to flick it goalwards. 3rd goal in the WSL for the Red Devils since signing in the summer. 1-0 could have become 2-0, and 2 for Thomas here. Thomas unable to put it in after Ball got stranded coming out. Rousseau shot just over. Leicester City really had next to nothing to report in terms of what they managed to create going forward. This corner that was slightly overhit, falling for Toon, and the Rousseau was there to flick it in. Tooney and Leslie Rousseau, as the Manchester United fans like to sing to Rocking All Over the World, combining for the second. Gemma Perfield with a speculative strike on her weaker right foot. Nothing that Mary Earps couldn't handle, and it could easily have been free. Hannah Blundell almost scoring her first goal for United. It's a good interplay by Galton and Trunan up the left flank. So a real response from the Red Devils, who've come out firing at the break. They're well placed to go up to 3rd and defeat in-form Leicester. And we'll seek a response from Lydia Bedford in the second half. But the beauty of sport is the unpredictability. Join us to see if Manchester United can pile on some more goals, or Leicester can find a fight back in the second half relatively shortly. At the break, it's Manchester United 2, Leicester City 0.
Special game. Chelsea are champions again. You're in.
We knew this was going to happen. Sorry, can you ask that again? Right, I'm good.
We've known each other since we were 13, 14, so yeah, best friends. I remember I was like, oh, Alessia seems dead cool, like I want to be Alessia's friend. And then she just didn't want to be my friend, basically.
Such a laugh. We used to wear the same shoes like at every England camp, and they were just the exact same shoes but different colours, and I was like, oh, we're going to get on. I don't know why I'm not smiling with my teeth here.
You're so cute, though.
I must have been about 7 or 8 there. My dad's dad actually watched kind of the Busby Babes era and fell in love with Manchester United and everything that the club was about, and then raised my dad to be a United fan, and then my dad raised me and my brothers to be Manchester United fans.
Growing up a lifelong United fan and someone who came through the academy and had nothing to look up to now be part of the first United women's team, it really is living the dream, and it's the club you support, so you go out there and play for the badge. A few of us got to go meet Rio Ferdinand because we'd been selected for England.
Did you used to play with your hair like that?
Yeah.
Did you?
You know them donuts you used to have? I used to put them in. This was before we went out to Jordan for the World Cup, so we'd travel down to York.
We didn't have school because it was the summer, and we just did the most random stuff. I think obviously we played at NFL here. We must have won.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, we just used to get up to no good probably at the time.
That was my first start for England,
That was probably where we became like really good friends in that tournament.
Yeah. Look at how big your shin pads are. And mine.
Yeah.
When you go away, you're with the best players in England, and you're learning so much from them. It's been the aim since we were 13, 14, growing up and being at the youth camps and stuff. You always aspire to get to the seniors.
This is when we'd qualified for the Euro finals, I think.
Stanway, Roebuck,
Anna Patton.
We were all really close growing up, and we have a group chat called Good Peeps. To hear Leslie was coming to United, and I'd get to spend every day with her. Yeah, it was really special, and I was just over the moon that she was signing, and I know how much of a good player she is. So for the team as well, it was unbelievable. But for me personally, yeah, it was good to have my bestie next to me.
When you have a familiar face and one of your best mates on the team, it sets you at ease right away, and I think maybe that's why I came in and found my feet right away.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that bit.
Yeah, me too.
Wherever I am, I turn round and like Les is there, or vice versa.
Yeah.
She's like
Not
my
very
right
far
arm.
away.
Yeah. When you see one of us, you see the other. And we actually never argue.
No.
Les cooks for me all the time, so yeah, it was great.
To now, I guess. That was just winning the Arnold Clark Cup, and I think we're so lucky to have like a really strong group of United girls there as well now. And
It's really special to look back on and just think how far we've come and how much we've learned and how much we've achieved, really.
the Euros in England, first game at Old Trafford, I think what an opportunity for women's football this season.
Yeah, hopefully we'll look back on pictures like this in a few years and have achieved even more together.
Hi, I'm... I wouldn't have guessed it.
No, me neither.
Yeah, you need the... That's it.
If you zoomed out of that, I think that would be quite easy.
Yeah, because you'd see who it was.
They're nice teeth.
Very thin eyebrows.
Hi, my name's Tash Flint.
Hi, I'm Jess Sigsworth, and this is Guess Who?
I'm clueless. There's someone with good teeth though. Trying to look at the nostrils.
No, someone that Anna does it.
That looks like your teeth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've got
Maybe
the
it's
thing of
yours.
hair. I get the little...
Let's go for you.
Is that me? It's not Abby, is it? She's got well good teeth.
Abby.
Yeah.
I think I could easily guess this. Look at the eyebrow.
Yeah, draws. Do draws on the eyebrows. Hasn't done. Blue
Yeah,
eyes.
blue eyes.
mascara. Harry!
Sophie Harris. Who the hell's got that type? I'm going for Paige.
Yeah.
Paige. Nah.
Wait, let's think logically who's got tattoos.
I mean...
Who'd have a little one?
Shanty. Shanty. Didn't even know she had a tattoo. This one is a quote. It says, accept what is. This bit says, have faith in what will be. That's myself.
Howard.
Howard. Sophie Howard. Sophie Howard. Okay. I'm going for Georgia Brome. I don't know though. Here's someone's ear. I'm going off the hair, off the G.
I don't think that would be
And her
straight.
skin. She's got good skin. What do you think?
Oh,
Georgia. Is it? Must look at Georgia a bit too close.
Like what,
Shannon O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Eyebrows on fleek. She does them every day.
And,
She must
and
take
eyelashes,
long
she gets
to do
them
them.
as well.
Yeah.
Me?
What's it say?
They're the birth dates of my mum, dad, brother, sister.
Very cool. Who's that?
It's not Curse, is it?
No, they're definitely not Kirsty's eyebrows. Who is that? That's hard to put. I think that's probably one of
These
the
are getting
hardest
hard.
ones. Esme. Is it?
Esme.
Oh yeah.
Wow, no, that's hard, that.
Esme DeGraff. Very thin eyebrows.
If you zoomed out of that, I think that would be quite easy.
Yeah, because you'd see who it was.
No, I think though, if you pulled out of that,
Who's got blue eyes? Maybe.
I think Barks.
Maybe Barker. Sophie Barker we're going for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Leigh Sports Village for the second half of Manchester United versus Leicester City. United to be kicking from right to left as we look at things from our commentary position in this second period, with Leicester City kicking from left to right, desperate to find a way back into this one. It's going to be a tough task for the side who are second bottom in the league. They've been in great form recently. This big revival since mid-December, winning 4 of their last 6 in the WSL. They're against a Manchester United side with a bit of a point to prove. Who are showing a really positive reaction to that emphatic 4-1 loss here against Manchester City last weekend in the FA Cup. Chasing, of course, what could be a first win in 5 in all competitions. Toom with the ball on the centre spot. Off and underway then. And Manchester United piled on the goals. Give their goal difference a bit of a boost. And Leicester City fight their way back into it. No changes for either side at the break in terms of using either bench. I'm sure Lydia Bedford will have had tactical adjustments to make after first half. When Manchester United scored 2, they could have easily scored more. I mentioned goal difference because in chasing that top 3 spot and Champions League football next season, that could easily be the difference. Manchester United currently at plus 13. Tottenham are at plus 8. Tottenham, of course, also 2 points above Manchester United. And Manchester City lurking just behind the Red Devils, 2 points behind them on plus 10. So of those 3, the 3 most likely contenders for that top 3 spot, albeit Reading at 6th and still in the conversation, you'd say, just about. Manchester United do currently have the best goal difference of all of those top 3 contenders, side of Arsenal and Chelsea, who seem overwhelmingly likely to finish in the top 3. They seem to be in something of a title race with each other. Has to get the free kick eventually, to the frustration of Galton. Foul on Shannon O'Brien. He's back to her feet and seems okay, which is good news from a Fox's point of view. Perfield's very good over these dead ball deliveries. He's created 13 chances from set pieces in the WSL this season, which is 3rd in the entire division, behind only Chelsea's Erin Cuthbert and Tottenham's Rhea Percival. Maybe an awkward delivery from Perfield here can get Leicester back into it. Perfield in, headed away by Russo. Too much on that for Howard to get there. Manchester United, I'm sure, will be desperate just to continue on from left off in the first half. Caldwell, the 33-year-old, signed for Manchester United in January. A genuine dream come true. Do you hear the phrase lifelong fan often used for a professional footballer when joining a team? But Diane Caldwell, it really could not be more true. There's a photo of her as a young girl in her bedroom, literally, and I mean literally, surrounded by Manchester United merchandise. The entire room is something in red or black as Natasha Flint tries highly ambitious effort from distance. The goal of the season contender. Caldwell instead can flick it on 4-ups. And Caldwell saying that when she first heard about the women's team getting formed in 2018, she was really excited with the prospect of maybe getting a chance to play for them one day. Now, somewhat in the twilight of her career at 33, but for a huge amount of experience and leadership at the back for Manchester United, and it's what they've needed, with injuries taking their toll as well. Ethan Mannion and Millie Turner both out. Some injury issues in midfield as well, with Hayley Ladd so key, as an aggressive holder at the base of the midfield and enforcer. Jade Moore joined in January, still yet to make her debut, and then Lucy Staniforth also out. Interesting to note, maybe those injuries played a factor into Mark Skinner putting out the exact same 11, lost 4-1 against Manchester City, and saying to them go and right that wrong, giving them the chance to put it right today. Zelem. Galton. Galton inside, onto her right, and almost from Leah Galton. What a goal that would have been. On a so-called weaker right foot. It's a really nice clean strike, just too much elevation on it. Just trying to bend it into that far corner. Galton being with her personal song from the Manchester United home fans. Song which other people have said over the years has got stuck in their head. Manchester United former manager Casey Stoney said that Galton's song in particular was something of an earworm, and herself singing it at home as well. Definitely without any question the most vocal both home and away support in the WSL Manchester United have. Badger. Nicely held up by Thomas to release Badger. That's so clever. Now Badger has options. It's a good cross towards Galton. That would have been one to remember. Stretching for it, Leah Galton. Really, really tough technical skill to execute on the run, and then just trying to get something on the ball. Realistically, at that point, kind of had to shoot. Wasn't going to be able to pull it back due to her momentum. Galton has already scored 4 in WSL this season. Ladd describes Galton as a tank. Certainly an imposing physical presence, pace and power to match. Trademark slaloming runs down that left flank have been a feature of Manchester United's life in the WSL across the last 3 seasons. Tune round the corner for Russo. Russo crosses. And one comes and does well. Player from both teams is down. Esmond de Graaf for Leicester City. And Martha Thomas for Manchester United. Thomas, whose goal in the 17th minute set Manchester United on their way. Also made it 2 in the 30th minute. Improve their home form. If they win this one, they'll be up to 3rd in terms of the home table in the WSL this season, and it will be 4 straight home wins, 4 straight clean sheets as well on their own patch. Some pretty patchy home form earlier on in the season. Touch on by Zelem for Toon. Toon thought of shooting, instead finds Galton. Back for Toon. It's a really good interception from O'Brien. Now tries to set Leicester City going. Still going O'Brien. Fouled by Forrest-Dottir. Good counter-attacking run by Shannon O'Brien. Howard opting not to put the ball into the box. Perfield. Nicely done by McManus. De Graaf has to look back. Crossfield towards Gregory. Badgier does enough. Definitely had more of an even foothold in the first 10 minutes of this second half than he did in the first half, Leicester City. Galton's had a couple of efforts off target. Galton. Toon. For Blundell. Zelem just couldn't quite fine-tune. Good interception by Flint. Howard under pressure. Lamborn clips it away, but only as far as Shroonan. O'Brien. O'Brien forward, that's a really good ball for Gregory. Gregory might shoot. In the end, it's a tame shot that Mary Earps can gather easily enough. Next, after this one for Manchester United, they travel to Reading. On Saturday, the 12th of March, and they've got West Ham United away on the 16th. March concludes with Everton at home on the 27th. And they've got Brighton at home, Aston Villa away, and West Ham at home through April and early May. And then finish the season with a nice easy game in the last WSL fixture of the campaign, away to Emma Hayes' Chelsea on the 8th of May. And I'm of course being completely sarcastic there. Probably their most difficult game left in the campaign by a distance is that last one. Good ball in and flicked over the bar by Galton, who's had 3 chances early on in this second half. Hasn't quite been able to put any of them on target. Lovely cross from Alessia Russo. Just inviting that flick header. Had Galton been able to get the angle right, there's not much Lambourne could have done. Manchester United, of course, able to focus on their WSL commitments. They've exited both the cup competitions, but FA Cup quarter-finals coming up very shortly. The draw made earlier on this week. Remember that tickets are available for the final at Wembley on the FA website now. Group discounts also available. Game at Wembley, home of English football, on Sunday the 15th of May. Well worth going, getting your tickets, even if not sure whether your team's going to be in it yet. It'll be a great spectacle and showpiece occasion regardless. Time that Manchester United, of course, would have loved to be in. Knocked out by Manchester City last weekend. Leicester on the high press. Rath pursuing Blundell. Now Zelem. That's a great ball forward by Zelem to find Toon. What a pass. It's Toon for 3-0. Well defended, but Toon's still going. And that is excellent from Abby McManus. Former Manchester United and Manchester City player, of course. And Leicester City from Tottenham. McManus really marshalled Toon well there. Toon looked through and well placed to make it 3-0. Zelem's corner. Oh, it's gone all the way through! Just like against Manchester City last weekend. Deja vu. Lightning does strike twice. Katie Zelem scored from another corner. And just before the hour mark, it's 3-0. From the same corner, the same spot as that goal against Manchester City. Nobody got a touch on it for Leicester or Manchester United. Somehow it managed to get through all those bodies without getting a flick on the way through. And it's 3-0. Well, it's not something you see happen very often. It tends to be maybe something of a once a season thing, relatively rare. Gemma Purfield did score from a corner for Leicester against Birmingham City earlier on in the campaign. Katie Zelem has done it in back-to-back games. Forward for Gregory, but ups will gather. Zelem's third WSL goal of the season, fourth in all competitions. Half of that overall tally coming from corners. Well won by Flint. Howard. We want 4 is the chant from the Manchester United fans. De Graaf. Ball in, got a touch from Forrest Ortier, and O'Brien puts it wide. A rare sight of goal for Leicester City.
Substitution for Leicester City, replacing number 5, Ali Mahanis. Is number 4,
Change for Leicester City. Big McManus comes off. Nice to hear the Manchester United fans chanting her name. Of course, she is a former Manchester United player. First substitution of the game, and it's made by Leicester City. It's the debut for Catherine Bott, also known as CJ Bott, New Zealand international. Recently joined as a free agent to help bolster the Foxes' defence. Left back and centre half, who's played in 2 Women's World Cups in 2015 and 2019 for the Kiwis. First job is going to be trying to keep Manchester United to 3, which right now looks something of a difficult task. Galton round the outside, still going Galton, wins the corner off De Graaf. Persistence down that left flank from Leah Galton, you'd expect nothing less. Manchester United look in the mood for more goals. May yet be about to score another through another Katie Zelem corner. Scored direct from one on this spot just moments ago. Zelem's ball in. Oh, it's happened again! Katie Zelem has scored from another corner for a second time in 3 minutes and a third time in 2 games. Just remarkable. Well, this one is floated, has a little bit more on it. Goes right into that far side of the net. The first one bounced on its way through, was a bit more of a low skidder, but the result's the same. Oh, I've never seen that before. We want 5, chant the Manchester United fans. They've got a 4th now, of course. On the hunt for more. Katie Zelem could yet score a hat-trick of corners. Manchester United captain. I said it a few moments ago, but one can update it. He's now scored 4 goals in the WSL this season, 5 in all competitions, 3 of those directly from corners. Zelem. It's worth saying as well, for those maybe watching and wondering, it's definitely by no means something that can be called a fluke. Knew exactly what she was trying to do. You could see it with players taking in swinging corners. They're aiming to do it in such a way that if nobody gets a touch on it, it will go in at that far post. That is exactly what has happened twice today in as many minutes. All helpful for Manchester United. Could yet end up coming down to goal difference in that race for third. As things stand, they'll be extending their goal difference to Coffee plus 17, 7 better than Manchester City, 9 better than Spurs. I think who are also on the outside of contention actually have a negative goal difference, so they're a long way back from Manchester United. Russo. Ball forward, inviting the run on. Badje. Ends up coming off Badje last. Good tackle from Purfield. Well, Lydia Bedford had hoped that this game was going to help show Leicester City's progression. Talked about the fact that the 3-1 loss against Manchester United was the first game that she saw live. Bedford taking over from Jonathan Morgan, and then spoken about from the win against Manchester United in the Conti Cup on penalties. She was excited to test themselves against the Red Devils again, having progressed a lot since. It's been an emphatic performance from Manchester United so far today. And we're dreaming of even more goals. Russo nips it back. Roonan. Russo's had a go. And Lambourne's alert at her near post. Let's see Russo wanting to get a second. Pile on the misery for Leicester City. Well, Zelem, it would be quite remarkable if she managed to score from this side of the pitch, of course. As a right footer, will be out swinging. Low towards Thomas. Toon. Toon's cross. And half headed away. It's back in from Thomas. Roonan. Leicester's defence holds firm. Forrest Dottir. Russo's cross, headed by Howard, and headed again by Howard. Zelem cleans up. Forrest Dottir. Russo's driven ball in. Caldwell leaves it. Now we'll come back for an injury in the box. It wasn't a head injury, so Manchester United were under no obligation to stop. And referee Amy Thurn, of course, cannot enforce a stoppage of play unless it is a head injury. Mark Skinner said that he wanted an aggressive performance and Manchester United to refine their confidence. Certainly got that. 3/4 of this one gone. This referee might start to turn to his bench. Sophie Bagley, the backup keeper, and then it's a pretty attacking bench overall. There is Martha Harris as defensive cover. There's the midfielder Vilderboer Risa, and then 3 forwards, Ivana Fusseau, Kirsty Hansen, and then Welsh forward Carrie Jones. That's for Leicester City. Well, they've got to pick themselves up, assuming they do go on to lose this one pretty quickly. They've got an important game away against Everton at Walton Hall Park. Saturday, the 12th of March. Everton, of course, who went above Leicester and put the Foxes back third bottom by winning against Aston Villa 1-0 in midweek. Still magnificent assist from Hannah Benninson, and as good a touch and finish from Aurora Ghali. Speaking of Aston Villa, the early game today has finished against Brighton. And Villa have lost 1-0 at home. Maya Letizier's goal the difference. And Brighton a win that takes them up above West Ham into 7th. Speaking of the United bench, Ivana Fuso to come on. Good opportunity for the Brazilian to stretch her legs. Arthur Thomas comes off. Thomas, who scored the opener today. That's not exactly what she so often does. Runs well in the channels, links play up. So will provide a more direct threat in terms of her pace and running at defenders. It'll be interesting to see if it's tactical reorganisation and Alessia Russo comes into the central striking role with Fuso going out on the right wing. That's what I would expect would happen, but it needs to be seen. Lundell. To Galton. Badge cutting inside as she likes to do and roaming forward. Russo nicked it on. There's no one quite there for the pass. Trying something on the counter-attack. O'Brien loses the ball and then just pulled her opponent back, but Waves play on. Rousseau. Lundell. Rousseau. Seems to be a question at this stage of how many more can Manchester United score, but Rousseau's crossfield pass for Badge doesn't quite work out. United have had a happy knack of having players right across the pitch chip in with goals in the WSL this season, which is always handy. Changes coming for both teams. Latoon to come off. Vilda Barisa will come on. Latoon getting a 7th assist in the WSL this season to go with 5 goals. Only Viviana Miedema has more combined goals and assists in the WSL this season now. The second part of the double change sees Leah Galton make way, and Kirsty Hansen will come on. Hansen generally tends to play more down the right wing than the left. It'll be interesting to see whether there's a bit of a reorganisation in Manchester United's front three that play in behind Rousseau. So 3 changes now made by Manchester United. Manchester United looking for another. They won't get another, but they'll get a corner, and the excitement is already building from the home fans. Well, Leicester City have got to make sure they know where it's going to go. Lambourne keeper is now moving towards that far post. The defender guarding that far post as well. You'd think that would make it impossible for Zelem. Zelem's ball in. It wasn't a bad one at all. Let's the defence deal with it for now. Forrest Dottier. They've got themselves another corner on this near side. Hunting more goals and another demolition job here at Lee Sports Village. Certainly had some of those this season so far when they've been in the mood, Manchester United. Cross floated up, and Lambourne catches it. Back-to-back 5-0 home wins here. In the last game of 2021 and the first of the new year against Aston Villa and Birmingham City. 3-0 here against Hotspur as well. And they're now moving ever closer towards 4 straight home wins and 4 straight clean sheets for the first time in their history in the WSL. They've had a very proud home record here. 4th best record in the division across the last 3 seasons, behind only Arsenal, Manchester City and Chelsea. They've only lost 5 home games here in their WSL history. Slightly aimlessly to Blundell. Fuso can't bring it down, eventually does well to keep hold of it. Live wide Brazilian. Enjoys the fact that she has a Spanish-speaking teammate in Onabaji. He's played for the Germany under-19s, Ivana Fuso. He's played in Brazilian international colours. He's already scored a couple of goals for the Red Devils. The Conti Cup against Manchester City and Durham. Yet to score in the WSL, albeit she's had very few opportunities in the league this season. Possession from Manchester United as they hunt more goals. Runen for once gives it away. Often you see that, gets it straight back off to Graf. Runen's ball forward for Fuso's pace, just has too much on it. Lambourne can gather. That is the kind of threat Ivana Fuso offers, stretching defences in behind. Boarisa. Hansen. Hansen's going to have a shot, but nothing for Lambourne to be concerned about. Leslie Hansen, who scored the first goal of his entire WSL season. A 2-0 Friday night win against Reading in September that seems like a long time ago now. Pike. Gets that one through, but former Everton midfielder couldn't quite find the run of Gregory or O'Brien. Good interception, but pass forward doesn't quite get to Freya Gregory. Slightly nervous moments there from Manchester United, trying to play their way through the Leicester City press. But now here goes Hansen, who has... Oh, I thought she managed to keep that in, Kirsty Hansen. Assistant referee Lisa, she didn't. Leicester City set for yet another away defeat. They've had more of those than anyone in the WSL this season. This will be their 7th in 8 games. That win, 2-1 victory at Birmingham City on the 6th of February, the exception to that. Scorers away from home as well. The rival's really been built in their home form. Thrown one by Howard of Hansen. Fourth change coming from Manchester United. Martha Harris coming on for Onabaje. Harris's first appearance of the season in the WSL. Can't think of much of a better time to come on, in truth. Game sewn up like this. Harris, who played 7 games in the WSL last season. It's been a season with a long-term injury problem, so it's a welcome comeback for her. Started away by Howard. It's a Manchester United original, having joined from Liverpool in the summer of 2018. This is her first appearance in first-team colours since playing in the 3-2 County Cup victory against Durham on the 14th of October. Just couldn't quite find the run of Hansen. Outside of the boot, ball from Forrest Dottir, picked up by Howard to Praff. Interception from Burrisa. Fuso. The play you don't want to be facing when you're a stretched, tired defence. Harris, nice turn. Harris has a shot. Drifts just wide. Not known for her scoring prowess, Martha Harris. Did grab one in the championship winning season. Being the only goal she's ever scored for Manchester United. Harry Jones, the only outfield player on the Manchester United bench yet to come on. Well, it really would be a story if Zelem was able to score from this side. You have to hit it with the outside of her right boot and bring it back in rather than it being an away swinger. Zelem's corner, caught by Lambourne. And through towards Hansen, who commits the foul. Nancy Hansen from Halifax and United original from 2018. Fan as well, described herself as utterly speechless when Casey Stoney signed her up and offered her the chance to join the Red Devils in 2018. Still only 23 years old. It is a Manchester United squad that has a relatively nice age profile. Most players either in what you consider to probably be their peak years or approaching that. That's a great ball through for Gregory though. And Earps, the keeper so often has to be in dominant performance for their team, has to be alert to a rare occasion where she is needed. Hoonan cleans up. Good pressing from Leicester. Ball on by Perfield. Win the throw. Good time for Leicester City. Have got a few out as well. Esther Morgan's returned to parent club Spurs for further treatment. They're hoping she'll be back before the end of the season. Perfield puts one in. Runs out harmlessly. Actually plumped a picked up an illness while helping Nigeria qualify for the African Cup of Nations last week. She hasn't quite been able to shake off, and then of course 2 former Manchester United players haven't got the chance to play against their former club today. Jess Sigsworth out for the rest of the season with an ACL injury. Of course signed for the Foxes from Manchester United last summer. It was nice to see Manchester United Twitter account wishing her all the best with her recovery. And the Chante Paul also out with a knee injury. Lovely skills by Fuso down that right side. Aggressive tackle by Purfield. One that referee Amy Fern is happy with. Fuso's still down. It's not a head injury, so Leicester, just like Manchester United, in the opposite situation early on in this one, under no obligation to put the ball out. Looking for Gregory in behind. Forrest Otier did well. Plenty to be excited about for Manchester United coming up, of course. Their first game at Old Trafford with fans able to attend. They won 2-1 at Theatre of Dreams last season against West Ham behind closed doors due to coronavirus. Play Everton on the 27th of March. At Old Trafford, tickets on sale. Great to see that as part of something of a trend that we've also seen with the Champions League quarter-finals, of games being played in the bigger grounds where possible. Here's Harris, pulls it back, surely another, and Russo denied. That is great defence. So almost had a second. Unselfish from Martha Harris, who did the absolute right thing. Had the options of Fuso and Russo. Went for Russo. It's a good block by CJ Bott. On debut for Leicester City. Just settling into life in Fox's shirt. Already showing what an asset she can be to this Leicester City side. By Zelem. Risa has to shield the ball against Goodwin. William goes back for Blundell. Blundell described as Chelsea legend by his boss Emma Hayes. 10 trophies in her time with Chelsea, 165 appearances. Champion with 12 goals as well. Went the other way as part of the deal that saw Lauren James join Chelsea. A 6-figure sum also paid by the Blues. Blundell's former teammates, of course, looking to add another trophy to that cabinet when they meet Manchester City today. That sold-out Conti Cup final. Of course, regardless of who wins it, it will continue the trend of all of the trophies throughout the last 7 years going to Chelsea, Manchester City or Arsenal. Most of them going to the 2 shades of blue. Arsenal picking up 7. Manchester City, Arsenal picking up 4, I should say. Manchester City picking up 7. Chelsea picking up 10 in that time. Lovely cross. And a good catch by Lambourne. Russo was waiting. Lambourne was alert to it. Desperate to avoid further damage. Before they've conceded here, they have now conceded more than anyone else in the division. Unwantedly passing Aston Villa in that regard through the 4 conceded in this game. Only Birmingham City conceded more. Purfield pull back. Will come back for the initial foul. Unless to get a consolation. Field is very good at delivering from places like this. Field whips one in. Headed by Howard. In the process of doing so, fouled Russo. Towards stoppage time. Manchester United might be eyeing a 5th, which would be their joint biggest win of the season so far. Memorable day and a memorable way to mark their 100th game. 50 in the WSL before this one. This their 51st. 20 in the Championship, 21 in the Conti Cup, 8 in the FA Cup. Almost a half century of players representing the Red Devils throughout that time. 44 playing for Manchester United across that period. I'd say looking back to 2018 when they first joined the women's football scene, maybe a bit later to do so compared to a few of their counterparts. Certainly done their best to make up for lost time. And they'll nips it on for Boarisa. Boarisa, of course, coming on for Heather Toon, who's been a huge part of that Manchester United story. Nobody's played more games and nobody's scored more goals. Team with 39 goals in 95 appearances for the Red Devils. Curious, Katie Zelem is second in terms of the appearance tally. She made her 96th appearance today. Zelem made her 92nd. In terms of goals, she doesn't have to worry about Lauren James catching her up. Lauren James with 28 goals in second, but is of course now left for Chelsea. It's Fuso. Fuso hunting what would be her first goal in the league for the Red Devils. Still going Fuso, what a run this is. Fuso! Nearly bends it into that far corner. Devastating driving run from the Brazilian. Gets past CJ Bott with relative ease. Just can't quite find the top corner. That would have been a goal to remember. Four minutes added on. Almost into the second of those now. Corner for once is a poor one. Well, regardless of this defeat, Leicester City will know that losing a game like this isn't really going to affect their survival prospects. As long as they can keep taking points off the teams that are around them in that fight, they should still be okay. Let's give a chink of light for Birmingham City, in the sense that they know that if they could repeat their shock 2-0 home win against Arsenal in January, and the two meet again tomorrow at Meadow Park, suddenly Birmingham City would cut that gap to being just 5 points behind Leicester City with 6 games left to play. Tough ask for the Blues against Jonas Eidevall's side, who I'm sure will be intent on a bit of revenge from that result, which was probably the biggest shock in the WSL this season, if not one of the biggest surprise results of all time. Perfield over the dead ball. Such a reliable deliverer. And Leicester City get one back. Perfield forward. Russo defends well at the back post, but at the expense of a corner. Should be said as well, plenty to be positive about with the Leicester City story. A very successful time of things last season under Jonathan Morgan, who'd been in charge since 2014. Into their championship title, promotion. They reached the Conti Cup semi-finals, the FA Cup quarter-finals. They'd gone full-time a couple of years ago. As Perfield whips that one in. Earps is there, protecting that clean sheet. And having to Shield her face from the sun to try and see the ball. Wins the throw-in. Full-time mere moments away from a very successful afternoon for Manchester United. Arthur Thomas had them in front in the 17th minute. Nancy Russo headed them into a 2-0 lead on the half-hour mark. Then 2 goals by Katie Zelem within 3 minutes. Either side of the hour mark, both directly from corners. That scoreline that sees them sitting pretty. Emphatic 4-0 win, just moments from being crowned. It'll be a 4th straight home win. And a 4th straight clean sheet here in the league as well. Up to 3rd, 1 point above Spurs now, who face Reading tomorrow. As for Leicester, they stay second bottom. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you've been across the globe. The full-time score here at Leigh Sports Village: Manchester United 4, Leicester City 0. Let's take a look at the highlights of an emphatic performance for the Red Devils. They led here when Toon set Badje free, and Badje's cut back. Thomas to just divert it into the far corner. Looking for a response after going winless in 4 games and back-to-back defeats against Manchester City in the League and then FA Cup derbies. Thomas could have had a second shortly afterwards, able to shoot wide on the spin after Lambourne was stranded. Had plenty of chances to score even more than 4. So off target here. Zelem's corners always cause problems. This one went all the way through for Toon. This cross was just nodded in by Rousseau. So with her 6th goal in the WSL this season. Herfield had a shot here, but on her far from preferred right foot. Wasn't able to trouble Zelem too much. Galton's pullback for Blundell. Nearly saw the former Chelsea fullback score her first goal in Manchester United colours. Lambourne making the save. Galton had a fair few chances to get on the score sheet at the start of the second half. This was the first of them. That was the second, which really would have been all-time worldy. She managed to score that. And this the third, just over from Rousseau's cross. And then Zelem repeating her trick, scored in the 13th minute to put the scoring against Manchester City in that FA Cup tie last weekend, which of course they went on to lose by 4-1, and did so directly from a corner, and then did that twice in this game in 3 minutes. Zelem taking her tally up to 5 goals in all competitions this season. 3 of those coming directly from corners in the last week or so. Nice pulled this one back for Rousseau, who couldn't quite find her second and United's 5th, because CJ Bott was there on debut to provide a brilliant piece of defending and keep it at 4. And it stayed at 4 because Ivana Fuso couldn't quite find the first ever WSL goal. And so that was how it finished. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you've been across the globe for this one. Manchester United up to 3rd, Leicester stay second bottom. Full-time score: Manchester United 4, Leicester City 0.